Alright, welcome to M.O.S.S, Michigan Observation Sky Scanning. Here we have a picture taken. There's some more chemtrails. Anyway, this episode is about my observations for the month of September 2015. You will see two types of videos here. One with a digital camera and one with a cell phone. And all footage is mine, all pictures are mine. I took them myself. So, I guess let's begin. X marks the spot. Two chemtrails making an X there. This is around the beginning of September 2015. And I live close to an airport, so this is, regular activity, low altitude airplanes. I see them all the time. They're harmless, they do nothing. In fact, I love airplanes, I find them quite fascinating, so I like to film them from time to time. And here is a high altitude chem plane. I don't have the best equipment, so I can't zoom in on them, but I do the best with what I have, so yeah. There's where the spray turned on, down at the bottom. And here's a couple minutes later with his mate following behind. This is how they work. They come in troves, about a minute or two behind each other. Up to like 4 to 12 planes. This is typical, and they're always going in the same direction. It's rare you find them going in a different direction. And here's some clouds here, totally not natural, which is obvious. And right in front of the sun, as always. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. And here's the next day. As you can see, it's a big gray or white blanket covering the whole sky. No rain, no storms, no nothing, just white. Here's another trail. Took with a cell phone camera. Nice contrast with that white background. Ooh, and a rare sight. A blue sunny day. Blue skies and the sun. Nothing in front of it. That was quite a rare sight and quite beautiful, and I spent some time outside that day, of course. Here we are. I was at my friend's house, and look at that. You can see where it cut off and cut on. That is quite crazy to me. And there's the plane flying up ahead. It was quite remarkable to catch that one right there. Here's 20 minutes later. You can see it spreading out. It has the same pattern as before. Same trail where it turned on and sputtered and turned off, turned back on. And same activity as usual. Line them up. Make a grid. Quite crazy. Here's what she would call a Chembow, I guess. That's what some people call it. It's a ring around the sun due to overly saturated chemtrail skies. And here is a plane flying below and one above. One is spraying and one is not. two different high altitude planes. I wish I could zoom closer, but I can't. I apologize for that. Quite interesting. So there's different kind of planes out there doing different things. Regular activity, of course. Lots of cloud cover. I believe the moon was going to be visible this night, so I was kind of worried if I'd see it or not. And I did, but it was still blurry from the chem debris. Half moon. On my way home that night, I saw these Chinese lanterns being launched. At first, I didn't know what it was. I was like, whoa! So I busted out my digital camera and I caught them the same night as the moon, the half moon. Pretty neat, pretty interesting. And no, these are not UFOs, people, so don't go crazy. I'm not sure what the occasion was, but there was maybe 30 of them. And here's a plane coming by. I thought they were going to hit the lanterns. I thought the plane was going to hit those lanterns. That's what it looked like from my angle anyway. And it goes right through the moon. Woo! That was the end of September 20th. And they usually start chemtrailing in the morning. That's typical around my part. And I believe here we could see the moon in the morning. That's also a rare sight. I remember seeing the moon all the time during the daytime, and with all the trailing, I barely see it anymore, so that was neat. September 24th. More morning spraying. That's the daily regimen. Later that day, from all the activity, quite cloudy. You can kind of faintly see a trail in there. September 25th. This one's hard to explain. There is a chemtrail plane and a little white orb following right underneath it. I don't know what it is. I'm going to call it a chem balloon, but it was following at the same speed right underneath the plane. You can barely see the plane here, but you can see the little white orb. It just looked like a white ball following underneath the plane. If anyone wants this footage and they can get a better zoom or something, I'll be glad to give it to you. (10:06). More trails in the sky. I believe that was from the same plane that had the orb underneath it. Here's a good video of a chemtrail turning on. Check that out. Not a contrail. Sorry for the shakiness. Yeah, just turned on. Just for you, just for me. Just so I could capture it. Thank you. I appreciate that. More proof that it's a real phenomenon. 153. More trails. More trails. What can I say? Right through that little fluffy cloud. And 3 minutes later, we can see that same trail spreading out. Our little fluffy cloud is gone. 25 minutes later, more friends coming to lay their lines, make their grids. It's the same story over and over. Same thing over and over. 3 lines there. .246, no chemtrail, no contrail. So I believe there's 3 different planes. There's, regular liners. There's ones that spray chemtrails, and there's ones that display contrails. It was a very active day that day. I rarely see planes flying that way, of that magnitude. Here's the moon that day, chemtrails in front of it.